Hello everyone, it is Wheatley here with some more Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Where we last left off, we had completed the first part of Chapter 4, and now we are on to the trial segment. Actually, we had started Chapter 4, we'd gotten through the daily life, we'd gotten through the deadly life, and now we are on to the trial segment of the game. I am so freaking hyped for this. Like, you guys know this, I love the trial segments of Danganronpa. So I love it's Naegi and sorry, not Naegi and Kirigiri, the, Makoto and Kyoko. I forgot their first names for a second, what the crap? Just get steam out of there. Alright, Chapter 4, Pre-Trial Prep. So I got a new skill. And I'm gonna be able to try it out this time. I am excited. Alright. Set skills. I've got plenty of points. Increases the focus gauge by 2? Heck yeah! Does that also affect bullet time? Okay. Extraordinary focus. Increases bullet capacity. Effective during bullet time. Focus gauge decreases more slowly during concentration and fever time. Effective during the non-stop debate, the Hangman's Gambit, and the bullet time. So now I have a focus increase and a focus slowdown. Effective during the class trial. Does that mean all of it? Or is that just non-stop debates? Well, whatever. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And I am going to quickly send out a message that I'm live.
Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Well, we're off to a great start.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina really seems sure that one of those three is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing that. Alright, here we go. The first non-stop debate of the trial. Let's do it. Toko's account, Aoi's account, Byakuya's account. Let's hear the arguments first.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Oh, I know what it is. There's gotta be some reason why Hina feels so strongly.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
Oh.
And what reason do you have for saying...
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it?
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
No, that's wrong.
Gotcha.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? Oh, immediately straight into argument number 2. Alright. Oh my god, the amount of dead people. Reference in the powder, status of Sakura's body, pocket trash.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw.
Yes!
No, that's wrong.
Gotcha. Hey, Daniel.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's...
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean... Yeah, sure I got it from her, but
Can we prove when he got it?
she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
Knew it.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was... when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right. Yeah, no surprise that I'm not allowed to save here. Because Sakura could have only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is... I
got it!
That's the only thing I can think of, and
I'm
apparently
not
I was
sure
right.
about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Again, I think it was a suicide, but this is definitely suspicious.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was... Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all! I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
Why'd you deny it then?
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Huh? Proof? What are you talking about?
She
I'm
didn't do
talking
it.
about her shining message.
What would a shining message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
She didn't do it.
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was... on the magazine shelf.
Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
No, there's an obvious problem with what Hiro said before. Okay, now it'll let me save. So now I will save. Okay, non-stop debate. Here we go. Magazine dying message, status of Sakura's body, pocket trash.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
No, there's definitely something wrong with what Hiro said just now.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
I'm not sure.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
I don't know what to
What's
shoot.
your problem?
And what
I
with.
said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when
Oh
I
my
found
god.
the dying message.
How'd that miss?
It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine.
When I pulled it out,
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Oh. Oh.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Ah, okay. Nope. Well, it's either that or it's definitely that sentence. But
I
what?
can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Are you kidding me?
Shoot! I can tell you exactly when I found the dying when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Shoot!
Alright, I'm actually gonna... I'm gonna reload. Get all my stuff back. I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. So it's not...
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying when Ogre's body was.
and I can tell you when
It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
I already tried that one, didn't I? Wow.
I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Okay.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
What? It has to be on that one.
Shoot!
Come on.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
I'm throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks at this point.
Shoot!
'Cause I literally don't know what to do.
I can tell you exactly when I found the when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found
The dying.
It was only after the investigation had begun.
Really?
Shoot!
This literally makes no sense.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Well, at this point, I'm literally going to try everything I haven't tried yet.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying... When Ogre's body was...
And I can tell you when I found it was only after the investigation had begun.
Right, I can't shoot the purple text. Either way, that wasn't it.
Exactly when Ogre's body...
And I can tell you, it was only I
Found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Shoot!
I don't know what I'm doing, clearly.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you, it was only I
Found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Oh, shoot! Oh my god, I'm so dumb! Well, I know what I'm missing here. You keep saying I need evidence, but I can only present those 3 pieces of evidence that I have loaded in the gun. But I can also...
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Oh crap.
When I pulled it out, I saw her final...
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense!
Oh no, there's definitely something wrong with what Hiro said just now.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying...
When Ogre's body was...
And I can tell you when it was only
after the investigation had begun.
I found the magazine when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said
makes total sense.
Oh, frick.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when it was only after the
I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
When I pulled it out.
What's your
I've got to shoot him with this.
Sense.
I can tell you exactly when I found the... When Ogre's body was discovered.
No! I hit the purple text, are you kidding me?
And I can tell you, it was only after
I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
When I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
God, I hate that purple text.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Yes!
No, that's wrong.
Oh, snap. Finally.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation.
God, I keep forgetting you can take text and use them as bullets.
And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Another
yeah?
fake dying message.
I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
I don't know, you've been pretty suspicious lately. Without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Oh no. Bullet time!
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right.
Hang on, I need controls. Reload is tab, okay.
Conspiracy! Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh! Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh! Can't hear you, can't hear you! Conspiracy! The end is nigh! Can't hear you, can't hear you!
Gotcha!
Show me the proof.
I'm shooting it!
This should prove it. I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But
But there was no blood on her finger.
both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You didn't kill her. You didn't kill her. I'm convinced 100% you did not kill her. You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure. Thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me.
That is so fake.
She was gonna kill me and make her escape.
You already know what she meant, unless you're actually as stupid as you look.
So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind, before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that.
Here's what I think happened. I believe he's telling the truth about hitting her with the bottle. I do not, however, think that that's what killed her.
Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and
You
executed.
really want me to shoot this guy?
So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
There are several contradictions in that. First of all, what made her... it shows evidence of her throwing up blood. What made that happen? Definitely not a hit in the back of the head, that's for sure. Second off, she wasn't sitting in the chair where she was when she died. And third off, how did he leave while the door was locked?
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
But I am fully convinced that he does believe that he actually is the killer.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, we don't.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
God, thank you so much, Kyoko.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
Yeah, she threw up blood.
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain, and until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it here that makes sense? Why the magazine? was hidden, why he didn't use Sakura's finger, why the magazine was hidden.
I got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message? Then stick it somewhere we might not find it.
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
He has no reason to.
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Exactly.
He's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who wouldn't have liked what had been written, there's only one choice, and that's Toko herself.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hero just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time.
Plot twist, it was genocide or show the whole time.
If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time, when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. You do know I'm not firing real bullets out of the gun, right? Oh god, we got five bullets in this chamber. God dang it.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind.
Okay, let me check my evidence first. Okay. There's evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point, the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. A chair's been jammed against the door at the rec room. Wait, what are my options?
And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
That's it. Got it!
No, that's wrong. If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Yeah, she was hit twice. Alright, I'm gonna save because I forgot to the first time. Jeez. That could have been bad if I hadn't figured that out.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head?
Because the shards on the glass weighed more than a single Monokuma bottle, and there were 2 bottles missing. Each one is represented by a chess piece. The queen and knight were both missing.
She was attacked twice? With 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves.
See?
There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used.
Monokuma's the name of the bear.
Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf.
All of
right?
them chess pieces, and there are 6 types of chess pieces.
And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
Chess piece.
That's easy.
Do you know how to play chess?
If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Correlation between the Monokuma bottles. I feel like it's starting to become clear. The connection must be the chess pieces? Oh, Hangman's Gambit. Here we go. Oh, dang it. Got it!
Now I understand. That's it! The chess pieces! Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was
A knight.
the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
The queen is missing.
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you?
Oh my god, I called the freaking joke.
In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn.
Come
What
on.
was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4.
Come on, even if you don't know, even if you don't play chess, you should at least know this.
And on the ground was the knight.
The queen is missing.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case.
Hey, Toko, mind turning into genocider for that little bit of comic relief? I don't like you very much when you're in this personality.
That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
True.
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Broken.
I got
It
it!
was broken, yep.
The bottle must have been broken,
What makes you so sure?
because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just 1 broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves it is, I believe... Yeah,
I got it!
that.
Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is... there was actually more than 1 bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved with this case. Must have been used by...
I got it!
I was guessing
The bottle
for that
was
one.
removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
Alright.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
I think she's innocent too, I'm gonna be honest.
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
Was it Toko or Genocider, though? You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
It was Genocider.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
The locker.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. There's definitely proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. In the locker. A new element has been added to... Another bullet time battle? No way. No. God dang it. Well, this will probably kill me, but... So you've probably been pressing the left mouse button during your final strike without a second thought. Now you're gonna have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. You have to choose the proper... What? Well, I am set to mean. Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you. Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh, crap. I have to do multiple bullet time battles.
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No. That's enough. I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie.
I have to do it.
That's enough. It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No. That's enough. I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you.
Oh god, okay. I didn't have to do anything.
Enough.
No!
It's a lie. It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. That's enough.
Oh, the locker handprint, of course.
This should prove it.
I was panicking so much.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does his handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura!
Again, I don't think she did.
No, I swear, there's no...
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again?
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Again, she was probably genocider. Wait a minute, genocider only kills dudes.
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
I'm guessing she doesn't know.
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room.
Also, I love how she's only talking because Byakuya is asking her to.
I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back, upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
She didn't.
After I put the magazine
Oh,
back,
oh, she actually
I heard
did.
a sound behind me like a monster growling, and when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines.
And turned into genocider.
I don't remember what happened after that.
If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her. Yep, genocider. Her, you mean?
Guess who's back?
Genocide Jill.
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's... you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good? Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Let's not. I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's...
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
We really don't want to rush this. If we vote the wrong person, we all die.
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's.
But that still wasn't the end of it. There was still the blood. It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Oh, here we go. Non-stop debate. I didn't save. Frick. Oh, the status of her body. That's it.
right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Got it.
No, that's wrong.
So she didn't do it either.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf. Oh, that's why. Okay.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me! I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors! There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that!
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
We know she didn't.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
We know she didn't.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there was no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because
I got it!
I saw it for myself.
Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside.
And the locker was open and empty.
And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know! What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her! Thank you very much! You're lying!
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? There's another possible explanation. Maybe it's... Let's do this. Non-stop debate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's either gonna be the Monokuma file or the yellow powder.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Crap!
Shoot!
Okay, I made the mistake I always make. But I'm not gonna do it again.
That killed Ogre.
If it wasn't from Jill, then what was it?
There's no other what killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
Okay, interesting.
What was it?
Let's take a look at these truth bullets. Monokuma file. There's evidence. A strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood.
If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the
Yep. No, that's wrong! Monokuma file.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, There was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You arrogant asshole.
You're making me go all weak in the knees!
Alright, Genocider has the hots for him.
She was poisoned? It isn't possible.
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C.
And it was in the A section, even though poison is supposed to be in the C section.
In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Section A.
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
I got it!
Yep.
The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? But you just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing. All we could do is stand there and... Oh. There's not poison in that bottle. There's no poison in that bottle. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble!
No, he isn't.
You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
It's a protein drink.
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched the finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which could mean that, conversely, the poison must have been in... Could it be? Hangman's Gambit. Wow, a lot of challenges this. Come on. Got it.
Now I understand. The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Protein drink.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
It has to be the yellow powder, right? Yeah, footprints in the powder.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind.
But there was no footprints up in front of C.
And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
Hina. Hina did it? No. No. No way.
The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Yep, I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No! Okay, then let me see your shoes, and I'll compare their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
I don't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink, but when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once, and then...
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well... that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too... obvious. Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
Okay, which
didn't
is it,
notice?
Hina?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina.
That's
Start
where
from
you're
the moment
wrong.
you arrived at the chem lab.
Tagami.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right?
That's impossible.
Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
But if that's true... Isn't that a little strange? Yeah, no footprints.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Ah, here we go. Source of the powder, footprints of the powder. Okay, yellow powder. Oh god.
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
Oh. Wait.
And you spilled some of the
Do I have that, like, sketch? Nope, I sure don't. Only near the leftmost... Yes! This is it. This is totally it.
When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from section C
To section A.
No, you didn't.
No, that's wrong. You said you went to get the poison from section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from section C to section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from section C to section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
She couldn't have.
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple.
She didn't do it.
If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder
Okay.
had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to section A.
Basically, everyone's trapped inside this school, and whoever can kill someone else and get away with it gets to leave, and everyone else dies. If they don't get away with it, only they die and everyone else lives, but is still trapped. All thanks to Psychotic Bear over there.
So you never went to section C. What?
Crap.
Well... You see...
Psychonics
What the?
Gamer. How's it going?
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
Yeah.
What?
They either got caught, then got, or they got killed by another student.
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue.
I need to
Just
stop
say
skipping
it already.
lines.
What is it you think you found?
I found this.
A piece of glass?
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle.
Seriously. Are you referring to the Danganronpa 3 or Danganronpa the animation? Because if you're referring to Danganronpa the animation is awful in comparison to the game. Who killed who and who got caught? Also, if you got away with it, you just leave? Yeah. No one's gotten away with it. Otherwise, we'd all be dead.
And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Definitely something I need to save for, because I have no idea what he's talking about. Shard of light glass. Rec room window, the bottle of poison, the Monokuma bottle. I don't know.
I got it!
Oh, okay.
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it? Where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to what Hina told us,
I got it!
Section A.
The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
Yeah, someone died. Sakura got killed.
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab.
The girl you keep calling the bodyguard.
Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
Shut up, Tagami! The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. Okay, so I can save anytime the health bar isn't showing. That's good to know. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. Okay, this is just a... Okay, source of the powder, Aoi's account, FD protein drink, locker handprint, chem lab shelf. Okay, before that, I need to, see, chem lab shelf. Okay. The rec room door has been shattered. Glass shards on the nope, that's not it. That's it. Empty protein drink.
There's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying... someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before the wreck...
Nope.
No, that's wrong. You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course! It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a
Because
locked
he deserves
room,
one.
it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched. And as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was?
Okay, Comment Cop, can you see the game right now? Or anyone else, can you see the game? Okay, so that's on your end, Cychronix Gamer.
Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Wow, he's not being an asshole for once.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
I think I need to save. At least this game is as forgiving as Ace Attorney. The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. It had to have been Sakura herself.
I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying!
I have proof.
Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. I have to get Hina to admit that.
Oh, God.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! I'm telling you, I did it! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
Are you kidding?
I'm telling you, I did it! I don't want to hear it! You're a liar! Do you have any kind of...
This should prove it.
Got it.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled.
You're asking me questions I don't know. I don't know if Hina dies.
So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around. and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
Oh, wow. Way to not give us a spoiler warning.
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because...
Yeah, the anime has the same plot as the game. I haven't watched the anime because I want to do this as blind as possible, so stop spoiling stuff for me!
Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one who killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locked room. I gotta say, this has been the most amount of mini-games we've ever had in a trial. There's only one way to explain it.
Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course.
I got it!
She created it herself.
The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door, because you already knew Sakura was dead, and because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others.
On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept.
I mean, we already know she didn't do it, so I doubt she's gonna get executed.
There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
No, stop spoiling crap! Ogre!
Oh, so she's dead, huh?
Sakura's been killed, I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body.
Okay, I'm serious. CryoNext Gamer, if you spoil one more thing about this game, I will ban you.
The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence. And yet,
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
You do realize you're gonna die if you get if you and the rest of us are gonna die if we convict you.
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Yes! Let's do it! Okay, here we go. 10 minutes. We can do this. Okay. Places the note. They read the note. Is there one of Byakuya reading it as well? Or... Okay, not a lot of pieces to this. Oh, yep. There he is. Coco's looking around. She gets in the frickin' locker. Is it just a picture of Kyoko? Okay, there's that. This is all filled out. Drinks up the bottle, swings it. The bottle shatters and Monokuma spills out. Writes to Toko. Hang on. Okay. Kyoko gets out of the locker. I think it's backwards. I think I reversed that by accident. Oh, whoops. That one's there. Okay, Squishy Squishy Princess gets put in reverse. Grabs the bottle with the queen in it and whacks it on her head as genocider. And gets rid of it. Yeah, that's totally it. They're the same person. Okay, they go in, okay. Okay, that one's there, so I don't need to place that one anywhere. I feel like I'm missing something. That's it.
Here's exactly what happened. This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else, and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Oh, frick. In that case, I must have actually gotten it right the first time.
killer is you! But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Dude, you weren't there for the true drama
She
between
crawled into the
Kyoko and
locker to
Makoto.
get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked.
If you get a wrong conviction, then everyone dies except for the person who did it.
Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table, and to that end, he wrote down a name.
I keep skipping lines. My bad.
Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab.
We don't know.
She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground.
And that's it.
And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right? That's
What happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what
I guess
you don't
we'll find out.
understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case.
Although I'm pretty sure pretty sure Crown X Gaming spoiled it earlier when he said computer. Why? I just have this feeling it's gonna be alter ego.
See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
That's it.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it.
I think you're thinking of one of the future games.
Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote! So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
How's this even gonna... Who is found guilty?
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet you... Why did you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah, we almost died there!
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
You should have been the one to die. What?
You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes.
What?
What is
You
this?
still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this.
Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hands.
That's... I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine.
I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me?
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me.
I can't forgive
My
this!
closest friend got hurt.
Sakura.
Because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility.
Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't! Don't you see how dangerous that is?
Don't worry, I just want to talk to them.
But,
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you.
Hina,
Please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
they're friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. And if you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable.
No,
that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. Still believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what her note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hands.
Why?
That's how far you've pushed her.
Huh?
Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Wait right here, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you.
What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to?
Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder, and that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura! So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please!
Let me in, please! Open the door!
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses just like any other person. She got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that just adds to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Hina, we killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner, and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live.
And that's why you tried to lead us astray? You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial.
Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regret. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her like this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right before you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but
Hey!
it's been taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you said, it's nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking, because her and me...
In other words...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already...
Too bad.
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby. Of course you did.
True.
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room.
Huh?
What then? You lied to me.
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help it if you totally took my little scribble at face value. I didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little...
Damn it.
I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around.
Phew.
Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, and scene. Cut.
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna
I'm
do?
glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you killed yourself in the first place?
But hold on!
Isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You would never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in the darkness. Give me the willies!
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed!
Okay, geez, talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted
Could
from
you
me
stop-
was nothing less
Guys.
than murder.
Could you stop with the suicide jokes? Seriously? It's not funny, guys.
But they were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However,
As
as
I-
I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic? Or just moronic?
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with me just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control.
I said stop with the suicide jokes.
I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the Mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anymore.
Daniel, if you make one more joke, you're banned. Yes, Crazy Uber is a mod. He can ban you.
When I die,
the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel corner. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I've left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still.
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim is being decided. What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember, we're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well?
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either. Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered, because the one we need to destroy is you, nobody else.
What? What do you want?
But anyway, are you sure about all this? The killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other.
He's absolutely right about that.
Phew.
Ah, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you?
This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I'm bowing out of the game.
Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear that others have cast aside their fear of this game.
Don't make me repeat
There's no
myself.
point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What?
Now I have only one thing to look forward
It's
to.
all clear now.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does that mean... Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking.
Wherever Master goes, I go. And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey,
Well, now do you say that Sakura's death has no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time?
Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want
It's
me
the
to
moment
punish you
you've-
guys?
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time!
What?
But Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead.
You're not gonna...
But
Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh, heavens no! Just because the blackened is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the bear times 1 rule.
Listen up.
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste. So for my special punishment, I prepared a special guest.
A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Oh no, it is Alter Ego! No! Not Alter Ego! No. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. Excavator Destroyer. Oh my god! I mean, this is one of Monokuma's executions, so I don't know what I expected. Wow. You!
Oh no!
You suck, man! You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk!
Phew, that really took it out of me. Maybe I'll grow up a plate of chicken. After all, they say that for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about that grilled goodness. Fried, boiled, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grilled is where it's at.
So,
I realize how dangerous it could be, but still, I have to do this.
but
I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but
still.
when I think of everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay.
I'm gonna do my best.
If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid.
Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him!
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball?
Shut the hell up! He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend! And you killed him!
Is that what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things, even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
just as I thought.
So you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with a laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all going to play out from the start.
What?
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop? I guess you could call it a gift from me to you.
Phew.
Or maybe more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here.
Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed.
Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better.
very nice.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower.
No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everyone who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all made us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Holy moly, you're super mad. Like, just unreasonably upset.
Well,
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that,
uh-huh.
I need to read the postscript.
What?
Yep.
Yep, there's still a bit more left to Sakura's note.
Huh?
Do I have your attention? Okay, then here we go.
Hello.
Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly.
Oh, one other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on this whole time I've been here, and so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is...
Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been hit deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise. So book club is dismissed for today.
What? You can't just stop at the most important bit.
It makes your brain rumble and tumble, doesn't it? It makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh?
You
That's the
guys?
whole point, stupid! It's to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. Like I'd ever let any of you greaseballs have it.
Too bad.
Sucks for you, loser.
Hmm?
Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
What?
There's one last line in the note.
And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, and no matter what. And that's seriously it.
Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh?
She won't lay down and die. She'll fight you.
Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well.
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know? And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach the school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard.
Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of this school. The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? I'm convinced that it was memory loss, judging by Kyoko's reaction when she talked when the headmaster was mentioned by Alter Ego. It was after Celeste's trial was over.
You.
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Who?
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
The mastermind did something to our bodies.
What are they saying the mastermind did?
What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off and the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. The other reason I think it's memory loss is because they said something about a tragedy, and the fact that none of them have any recollection of it is really weird. And of course the pictures of them just hanging out and being friends. I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo!
So the class trial is over and Monokuma's gone.
But...
So now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up?
Oh,
yeah, okay, let's get out of here. But, Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost that kind of challenge. You just did. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point when I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then, I'll try.
Huh?
That totally wasn't normal, right?
Did she just capture his... Whoa, okay, flag.
No.
I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master.
Huh?
What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball.
What the
That's right. I called you a sleazeball because you are sleazeball.
Apparently, you still have a death wish.
Oh, more biting sarcasm? No wonder you don't have any friends.
Oh, snap!
No.
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want the abuse give and take. Me.
Oh my god, I'm not sure I can say that and not get a channel strike. I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope Speak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up on us.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice.
What? Wake up.
Wake up! Huh? That voice dragged me out of deep slumber into hazy half-consciousness. My eyes were like lead. What? Oh, it is Kyoko. I was actually right!
Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door... It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey,
Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it?
correct.
3 o'clock in the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour?
so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that?
And Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered.
The data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there.
Without another word, she was gone.
What the?
Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center.
But I thought it was locked.
Oh, we have to investigate this. First I'm gonna save, then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna end the stream. Alright, let's get out of here. I made my way to into the after-hours school and headed for the data center on the 4th floor. Eventually, I wound up at the data set. Sorry, I keep looking back and forth between the game and the chat. But when I arrived,
Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me. Is she maybe inside already?
I put my hand to the door, and with a certain amount of force, it didn't open. Tried again, but it must be locked.
What was it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor?
What's this?
Oh, what are you doing up, mister?
Damn it!
Breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know?
Oh, well, I just...
You're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right? But
Hey!
I can see that, you dolt. Don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself.
Unbelievable.
It looked like you might break in any second. I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or are you gonna try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something?
No, nothing like that.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go back to bed.
What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko!
You too? You guys?
Whatever, the two of you just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto. Let's head back.
Hey,
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
shall we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Okay.
So we left and went back to our rooms. And then,
Goodbye.
Hold on! Listen, what was that all about just now? She woke me up, make me go to the data center,
which just so happened to be locked,
and then she shows up late and we'd leave without checking a single thing. What was the point of all that?
Whew.
Don't worry about it.
I figured that would be the end of our conversation, just like always, but
Goodbye.
Well then, good night.
sure. And then that was over. But as I turned to leave,
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Kyoko was right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Oh man. We gained a new student. And that's it.
Mukuro Ikusaba. Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Kyoko told me to watch out for her. Mukuro Ikusaba. That was 3 days before the next incident. 3 days before we would be faced with another murder. 3 days before the worst thing so far would reveal itself.
100 Mile Dash, Pain of a Junk Food Junkie. Interesting chapter title. In the meantime, the day after Sakura's class trial, that morning in the dining hall, I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll find out next time. Oh man, I've been live for over 2 hours now. Man, I can't get enough of this game. I can't get enough of it. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this episode. So, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, continue testing, and best of luck in all of your future endeavors. Bye-bye.